The universal vital force. Sweet Mother, how can one draw on the universal vital force? One can do it in many ways. First of all, you must know that it exists and that one can enter into contact with it. Secondly, you must try to make this contact, to feel it circulating everywhere, through everything, in all persons and all circumstances. To have this experience, for example, when you are in the countryside, among trees, to see it circulating in the whole of nature, in trees and things, and then commune with it. Feel yourself close to it. And each time you want to deal with it, recall that impression you had and try to enter into contact. Some people discover that with certain movements, certain gestures, certain activities, they enter into contact more closely. I knew people who gesticulated while walking. This truly gave them the impression that they were in contact. Certain gestures they made while walking. But children do this spontaneously, when they give themselves completely in their games, running, playing, jumping, shouting, when they spend all their energies like that. They give themselves entirely, and in the joy of playing and moving and running, they put themselves in contact with this universal vital force. They don't know it, but they spend their vital force in a contact with the universal vital force. And that is why they can run without really feeling very tired, except after a very long time. I knew young people who had always lived in cities. In a city and in those little rooms one has in the big cities in which everyone is huddled. Now, they had come to spend their holidays in the countryside, in the south of France. And there, the sun is hot. When they walked around the countryside, the first few days, they really began to get a terrible headache and to feel absolutely uneasy because of the sun. But they suddenly thought, why, if we make friends with the sun, it won't harm us anymore. And they began to make a kind of inner effort of friendship and trust in the sun. And when they were out in the sun, instead of trying to bend double and tell themselves, oh, how hot it is, how it burns, they said, oh, how full of force and joy and love the sun is, etc. They opened themselves like this gesture, and not only did they not suffer any longer, but they felt so strong afterwards that they went round telling everyone who said, it is hot, telling them, do as we do, you will see how good it is. And they could remain for hours in the full sun, bareheaded and without feeling any discomfort. It is the same principle. It is the same principle. They link themselves to the universal vital force, which is in the sun, and received this force which took away all that was unpleasant to them. When one is in the countryside, when one walks under the trees and feels so close to nature, to the trees, the sky, all the leaves, all the branches, all the herbs, when one feels a great friendship with these things and breathes that air which is so good, perfumed with all the plants, then one opens oneself, and by opening oneself, communes with the universal forces. And for all things, it is like that.